Hi guys, we're back talking about symmetry on Thursday. We're working on pages 406, 407, 408, and 409 for today. So I'm on page 406 and I'm going to go through these 4 pages with you. Again, I want you just to follow along with me and write when I write and fill in on your papers. All right, so this says, read the problem below, then explore different ways to draw lines of symmetry. Draw all the lines of symmetry for these shapes. How many lines of symmetry does each shape have? And if you aren't sure, you could always go down and look, and they show you where those lines of symmetry are. But we're going to go ahead and draw those in. So this oval has 2 lines of symmetry. It has a horizontal line of symmetry like this and a vertical line of symmetry like this. Okay, and then we have this plus sign. It's going to have a horizontal line as well and a vertical line, but then it also has the diagonal line. So this and then this. Okay, so I'm going to move my paper down so we can see the rest of them. Okay, there you can see the pictures, how they've shown you how the ovals are and the plus sign. Okay, down here on number 8, it says, on a separate sheet of paper, trace the oval and show all of the lines of symmetry. What do you notice about the places where all the lines of symmetry cross? You don't need to do that because we just drew them up above. So what I want you to do is write what we notice about the lines of symmetry. And hopefully you noticed that they all go through the middle, just like we talked about yesterday. So I'm going to write they all cross through the middle. Okay, now trace the plus sign and show all the lines of symmetry. Where do the lines cross? How does this compare with the oval? And I would say it's the same. They cross through the middle again. Okay, how many lines of symmetry did that oval have? That oval had 2 lines of symmetry. How many lines of symmetry did the plus sign have? It had 4 lines of symmetry. Explain how you can decide when you found all of the lines of symmetry in a figure. You can look to make sure that there is no other way to cut that shape in half. Where both sides would be the same. Uh-oh. I don't know what just happened. Oh, there we are. That was weird. Okay. Right, and then down here it's going to have us draw all of the lines of symmetry on the hexagon below. All of the sides have the same length. And remember we talked about yesterday, if all of the sides are the same and all of the angles are the same, then you're going to count the sides, and that's how many lines of symmetry you should be able to draw. So a hexagon has 6 sides. They're all the same length here. So that means I can go through every side and every angle, and there are 6 sides, so I should have 6 lines of symmetry. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then angle to angle 5, and angle to angle 6. So there are my 6 lines of symmetry. Okay, when I move my paper down, you're going to the next paper. We're going to complete these questions together. So here's an example. It says, which figure below has fewer lines of symmetry? Remember, we also talked about that yesterday. A square has 4 equal sides, so it should have 4 lines of symmetry. And a rectangle does not have equal sides, so it would only have 2 lines of symmetry. So the rectangle would have fewer lines of symmetry. Number 14 says, name a triangle that has a line of symmetry and name another triangle that does not have a line of symmetry. There is more than one right answer here. So I'm going to draw one example, but if you can come up with something different, you don't have to use my example. But an isosceles triangle has one line of symmetry. So if I draw an isosceles triangle, remember an isosceles triangle has two equal sides. So there's my isosceles triangle, and it has one vertical line of symmetry just like that. And then I'm going to draw a scalene triangle. A scalene triangle has no equal sides, and that does not have any lines of symmetry. And so I would write isosceles equals one line of symmetry. Scalene equals 0 lines of symmetry. Okay, I'm going to move the paper down so I can see the back side now. Number 15 says, draw all the lines of symmetry on the figure. How many lines are there? So in this shape, I see one line of symmetry vertically, one line horizontally, and then when I look, I don't think I could divide it diagonally, and they wouldn't line up perfectly. So this has two lines. Okay, and then number 16 asks me, which figure shows the correct lines of symmetry? Circle the letter of the correct answer. I know from yesterday that a parallelogram does not have any lines of symmetry because of those angles, the obtuse and the acute angles. So I know it's not A. And then I know from up above that the oval should only have two lines of symmetry. So I know it's not C. If I look at B, that tree looks right, but I'm going to check D just to make sure. And that should not have all of those lines of symmetry because it's longer. These sides are longer and it's going to not line up, kind of like that rectangle that we talked about. So I know that the answer is B. Michael chose D as the correct answer. How did he get that answer? Well, he thought that that hexagon had diagonal lines of symmetry, and it doesn't. So I'm going to write that. He thought shape D had diagonal lines of symmetry. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. I don't know if there's one more or not. Nope, that's it. So you're done for today. Now you should be able to do your workbook page on your own. Good luck.